guys, I'm Kayla Ruffin from Her Campus HU, and I serve as the socials lead for 2025 to 2026 academic year.
Hey everyone, I'm Brooklyn. I am also from Her Campus, and I am the marketing director.
Hi everyone, my name is Nia Asada Mohammed, representing B.E.S.T program, and I'm the first vice president.
And today we're doing our first episode of Her Campus, Her Voice. It is a journalistic web series that aims to instill confidence in young Black women and young Black girls just trying to fix the narrative of Black girlhood and womanhood. So today's episode is entitled, Who Are You? And Nia, we just have a few questions for you, so let's get started. So the first question is, who did you think you were going to be in your early 20s, and how has that viewpoint changed?
I think for me, growing up, I didn't have an ideal image of what 20s was going to look like because I guess I was just doing stuff when I was younger, like 100 million activities, dance, Girl Scouts, tennis. And to me, I was just really thinking about like what the people who looked around me, surrounding me were doing, and that's what really I wanted to do. So for me, I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a chef, I wanted to be an artist. But the idea of 20 really didn't hit me until like high school, maybe.
That's very real.
So it was actually 20, you didn't
No,
hit me.
Yeah, I was like, wait, like I feel like senior year of high school is like you feel like an adult,
Mm-hmm.
but you really don't know what adulthood is.
Definitely.
And then it just comes to you.
Mm-hmm. I definitely feel like I lost the plot of like adulthood is because of COVID. I feel like because like we weren't really in society anymore and we were always online, and so we had these like, I don't know if y'all know them, but the Wicker twins that used to be like trending, they used to do like Dub Smash and
Oh my gosh.
TikTok, and
I'm a little lost. Okay.
well, one of the twins, she had bought like her own apartment at like 18.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like that's when I was kind of like, maybe I should be getting on my grind when it comes to, like, because, and especially being at Howard, like, we have all these amazing women who are doing so many different things.
I think we all want to be successful.
Yes.
And I feel like, like being in like an organization where, you can get access to certain opportunities and be able to do certain things and also meet like-minded people, it really puts you in a space of like, okay, like I'm trying to get to somewhere. I see how other people are like trying to get to a certain goal and achieve certain things, like let me do the same. And I think it can be really positive, but I think maybe on the negative side, sometimes I think at least at Howard, from what I've observed, there's like a lot of self-comparison that goes on. It's like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or like, I don't know. It's almost like we have like kind of like a warped view of what success looks like, especially at this age. Because like you guys, like we're so young. Like we have so much life ahead of us. It's like even like what you were saying about like who was that?
The Wicker twins.
Yes, like buying an apartment at 18 is not normal.
I feel like it sets such like an unexpected like. What is it? Unrealistic expectation of what, like, especially Black women are supposed to be doing with their lives at such a young age. Like, I'm graduating high school, and I'm about to go to college.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And I definitely agree with you, Nia. When I was younger, I wanted to be on, like, talk shows. Like, I was in my room practicing, like, making this movie was really a big thing for me.
I love that.
And I wasn't really thinking about who I would be or what I want to do when I was 20 till I'm 20.
Yeah.
And like till people are actually asking the question now, like, what do you want to do? And I'm like,
Wait.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It's kind of
a big word for Elmo.
I don't know. It's kind of daunting because sometimes it's like you go into that space and it's like, well, can y'all ask me how my day was?
Right.
Like how I'm doing? Like, am I okay? It's immediately like, so what are you doing in life? And I'm just like,
well, I'm living, so.
I'm experiencing. I'm trying to figure out life every single day.
Yeah, and I feel like it's like, again, it's like we have a lot of time, and at the same time, people are like, oh, yeah, but you think you have time and then you don't. Yeah, but you really do have time, though. Like, we still have a lot to think about, and it's like, naturally, you're not going to know every single thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to have every single thing figured out. Like, I feel like that's part of, like, what college does for you. Like, it shapes you and helps you figure out, okay, here's what I like, what I don't like, whatever, Stuff like that. Like, you might change your mind on certain things, Like, I think about how I was in high school, and I'm definitely not like that now.
Exactly. Two
like,
different people.
No, really, no, because even when you made me think of, what's it called, Dub Smash, like I had a whole e-girl era type of thing going on. looked a mess. You know, I definitely wouldn't wear that type of stuff now. But at the time, I was like, I really thought I was popping, and it worked at the time. That was what I was into. But like me now, not necessarily. But that's the thing. It's like as you get older and as you have more experiences, you really figure out more about yourself. What does genuine support among Black women look like to you? Because I know you were just talking about community. I feel like that's a really good question.
Genuine support, and I kind of like correlate that to like what does sisterhood mean to me. It's really just that transparency, because everyone likes to be supported in different types of ways. So that genuine support is when that individual knows how you like to be supported. And that can be like very difficult. Like different scenarios can create like different support revenues for yourself. So when I'm feeling that genuine support from people, is like, to me it's just a random phone call, how are you? A random text, a check-in, you know?
Yes.
Or like, you know, for me, like, I'm not really big on like acknowledging like things that I do. So like, if everyone's like, "Girl, you did that," like, I'm like, "Oh, wait,
it's
like,
okay to
it
celebrate
kinda,
yourself.
I'm like, okay, thank you,
Yeah.
like, you know." So like, when I think about just genuine support and sisterhood, it's just like, okay, like, how does this one person like to be supported and uplifted, rather than like what I think is best. I think when you actually take like the acknowledgement for that, that's just like very being just intentional.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, and I think it's like what you were saying, like it really looks different for everyone. Like, I know that it makes me kind of think of like, you know how people talk about like love languages in a way? Like that stuff is actually so true, because it's like what works for one person, how they feel appreciated, might be different for another. Because you know, like there's certain types of people where it's like I'm the kind of person where it's like, something I like to do is like I like to like write stuff to people. Like I don't know, it's just
like
something,
notes of affirmation.
It's like it's just something so special, like writing down how you feel about a person, or like I'm so proud of you, or like whatever. But somebody else may not be into that, and like that's okay. It's just I feel like it's so important to like, again, like it kind of comes back to like learning about not just yourself, but even just about others, and like you know, people that you care about and you want to support. You know, you want to support them in a way that works for them, not just like. Because I think something that can go wrong is like people being like, "Oh well, I'm buying you a gift, so you gonna like it." You know what I mean? It's just like, well, that doesn't necessarily work. You know? So it's just like, you gotta work. I mean, you gotta do what works for other people.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like genuine support definitely looks like showing up for them in the way that you know that they need. Like asking them, "How can I help?" You know, like just being attentive, just recognizing like when they're in a mood, any way that like you can cheer them up. Like sometimes someone all they need is like a hug. You know,
That's valid.
anytime I see my friends upset, I'm like, "Can I give you a hug?" You know, like because you know all you need to feel comforted. So honestly, and I would also say like genuine support just kind of looks like being happy for them, even though you like didn't do as well. You know, like if you're in a competition or something and your friend won, or someone else, another female won, and you know, obviously like it's normal and it's completely natural to feel some type of way, but also be supportive of someone else's win. And I think that shows more about like your character than anything else, than being like, "Oh well," you know, being salty about it. Like
I
so
totally agree with that. How do you think? I mean, what do you? I said, how do you think? What do you think?
No, like for me, my friends know. Like anytime my friends win, I'm front and center. Bouquet of flowers. I'm the loudest.
The
person
flowers,
in the room.
yes.
Like
love that.
I love seeing my friends win, or just doing something they're really passionate about. I feel like that brings me so much joy, and it's also like a thing in return. Like sometimes, you know, especially when you're feeling alone, you don't realize like when you win, how many people show up for you because you showed up for others.
Yes, that is so valid, and I think like it's so important. Like I feel like, especially as women, like I feel like sometimes there's like this like. Sometimes people walk around with this mindset of like, I gotta be better than her, or I gotta be. It's like we can all be successful. We can all be like, or even makes me kind of think of like, I don't know, something like beauty standards or whatever. Like I genuinely feel like every woman has their own beauty in their own format. That looks different for everybody. I don't need to look like you. You don't have to look like me. But me putting you down or you putting me down, whatever, it really doesn't serve anyone. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's like we can all have a seat at the table.
Yes.
Okay. So
okay, let's get into our last question for you, Nia. Okay, so as an organization where mentorship and confidence building is one of their strongest pillars, how do you feel as though young Black women in their 20s can continue to have an impact on the youth, instilling confidence in them when we live in a generation where social media can be such a harsh place? I know that was a long question.
No, that was a great question. Yeah, social media has really taken over everything. Like, I feel like when I think about, like, because we mentored fifth grade girls, so when I think about myself in fifth grade and what was like trending and things like, you know, issues that I face, and seeing how like social media has definitely exemplified that into like a larger scale,
100%.
I'm just like, wow.
TikTok.
I know. I didn't want to say what you said. TikTok. But no, I think for like young women in 20s, confidence building is an everyday progress. It's not just, okay, like I feel good. Because sometimes we all have our days where we feel good about ourselves and we don't feel good about ourselves.
Right.
And I think confidence building is something like, it's also coordinated to like support system as well. It's like, okay, what are things that I'm going to do to make myself feel better? Isn't it writing words of affirmation for myself? Is it being surrounded by women who are able to uplift me in times when I don't feel my best? Is it, you know what, let me get out my comfort zone and do something new? And then when it comes to mentoring young girls, and I love talking to them because I feel like mentoring is always a it's like a two street. Like I learn something from them, they learn something from me. It's not just like one way. And when we work with these girls, you really get to see like where their heads are at or where their minds are at. And, you know, being in that stage of being like 10, 9 years old, you have a lot going on in your mind. And you just want someone to talk to and have someone to listen to. So the simplicity of just listening to someone can help someone feel more confident in themselves and what they're saying. And I feel like there's so many ways to lift them, but being a young Black woman, you just have to be like, hey, girl, I got this. You got this. We got this. Because days can be hard, but days also be good and acknowledge those good days.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
I like your point about like me being in fifth grade, because I'm telling y'all, Dove Smash had a lot to do, and musically had a lot to do with the way that I grew up and the way that I saw myself. And so I think like young Black women today, because we are aware of how social media is affecting like the youth.
Yes.
I think it's our job to make sure like they don't grow up too fast. It makes this like narrow mindset of how like girlhood is supposed to be and like womanhood is supposed to be, and I don't. It shouldn't be defined by anything, like especially not social media.
Right.
So I don't know. Like I definitely agree with you. I think it's you learn something from talking to young girls, and they can also learn something from you.
Definitely. And I think even just like to bring it back to like just women in their 20s in particular, like it makes me even think of like when I think of social media and something that could affect us is stuff like Instagram.
Yes.
That's a really big one. Obviously, yes, TikTok as well, but like I especially like I don't know, like I feel like one really big issue that I see amongst like young Black women in their 20s is just a lot of it coming down to like how they look and like people like talking about like hair in a certain way on Instagram in particular, like being so mean is so normalized, and it's just like why are we in 2026 people are still making fun of people that like have visible disabilities and stuff like that? Like it's just so like, and so it's like if you get on a platform like an Instagram, people are like, oh, you built like a door. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? And it's like, and it encourages this mindset of like, oh, I have to look like a certain way. I have to have
myself.
Exactly. That it's like, why does anything like that have to do with anyone's value or worth as a person?
Exactly.
Nothing. It has nothing to do with that. So it's like, again, this social media when it's just about optics. It's just about how stuff looks. At the end of the day, it's like you can't know anyone's story through a screen, and I think that's what we all have to remember too when it comes to comparing ourselves. Like even when it comes to just on like a lower scale, when it comes to like at our school, like people posting their success, whatever. That's their story. That's what they have going on. That doesn't take away from what you have, you know, and that's okay.
And like people pick and choose what they want to show on social media every single day.
Including me.
Yes, including me. Like people ask me, "Oh, how's Howard?" And like I'll post something on social media, and I'll be like, "Howard's great." Annex just broke down. Like, I think that's just a reminder that like not everything you see on social media is real.
Right.
And like everyone, like you said, Brooklyn, everyone is going through different things. Like you said, Nia, everyone has their own path.
Yeah. Right.
And like you shouldn't try and rush your path just because you see someone else like a few steps ahead of you. Like
exactly.
So, Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
y'all.
us.
I really enjoyed
Sania.
this. This was a good
That was such a
conversation.
good conversation. I love it.
No,
Oh my
Hey.
thank y'all.
gosh.
That was
Of
great
course.
questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi guys, and we're back. I'm Kayla Ruffin. I am the socials lead for Her Campus HU for 2025 to 2026.
Hey everyone, I'm Brooklyn Venderson. I'm the marketing director from Her Campus.
Hi everyone, my name is Anaya Northern and I am a general body member of B.E.S.T programming.
Okay, period. Welcome, Anaya. Welcome to Her Campus, Her Voice.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Of course. So, like we said, the episode is titled Who Are You? And our first question for you is, what advice can you give to young Black women about setting their expectations about life in their 20s?
Okay, so to start that off, I really like that question, but I recently just got my hair done by this girl that I work with, and she's 19.
Mhm.
When I first got there, I could tell that she was nervous. I could tell that she was like, I don't think I know what I'm doing. I don't know. But she did it anyways, and she kept going. I tried to, not give her as much like anxiety about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
My advice would be kind to yourself when you're going into your 20s, right?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Because once she was done, she felt so accomplished. And she told me, she was like, if I was back at home, I would have told you I can't do your hair. Afterwards, I ended up sending her a message, like giving her flowers, because I was like, I love the fact that you did it anyways.
Yes.
And you were so hard on yourself about it. Like, people have been complimenting my hair back to back since
Yeah,
I
it looks
like
nice.
yes,
It
people have
looks
been
nice.
people have been complimenting my hair back to back. Like, be kind to yourself. I feel like, especially being at Howard and going into college in general, you have this expectation of what your life is supposed to be like and what you're supposed to be doing. And when stuff doesn't work out the way it's supposed to, you're so hard on yourself, or you just like overextend yourself and overthinking. It's just like, take a breath, girl. Look at where you're at right now. Look at where you at right now.
Yes, I love this.
Be kind to yourself. That's what I would say for anybody who's entering their 20s. I'm still learning to do it now. I'm learning day by day to be kind on myself. Like, okay, and I'm going to go in there and do it anyways. If this doesn't work out how I wanted to work out, it's okay. As long as I did it, as long as I went for it, as long as I tried it. So for her to be 19 and already have that mentality of, oh, I'm going to go into this anyways, I love that. I was able to see that, but I also wanted to tell her, be kinder to yourself.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah, like you got it.
Like you got it. Like you was
Yeah.
freaking out, and for what? Like that's what,
Yeah.
like you was freaking out, you was doing all that, and for what? Like, girl, you're fine. You're okay. Just breathe.
I
Yeah.
love that, because I think it's I struggle with that too, just being kind to myself. Like, I'll be talking to somebody and I'm in a professional setting and I'm trying to use big words and stuff like that. And then I'm like, and then I keep beating myself up after, and I'm like, oh my God, why did I say that? Like, did they even understand what I was trying to say?
Yeah.
And like, my parents and my sister and my friends would just be like, Kayla, you sounded great. Like, like, you keep beating yourself up over it. Like, it's just going to make things worse. And especially in a generation where we live, like, everyone is, I guess, like, anxiety is taking its toll on everyone. I
Definitely.
think it's so important to be kinder to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I
love
totally
that.
agree with that. And it's like, I feel like it really comes down to one word: self-doubt.
Yes.
Such a big one. That's exactly what
She was doubting herself. She was doubting herself so bad, and I could tell as she was doing my hair, she didn't want to say anything, but I could tell. Like, I'm just gonna give her a moment. Like, she was doing the back. And
I
then,
love that you believed in
yes,
her.
I did, and
regardless.
she thanked me so much. She was like, "I thank you so much for your patience." And I'm like, "Girl, it's okay," because like in the back, like obviously, like you could feel what's going on in your hair.
Yeah.
So I felt her trying and trying and trying, and I'm like, I'm just let her do her thing, because she's back there. I'm pretty sure she's overthinking it, and like me saying anything right now could probably, extend that overthinking. I'm like, let me just let her. And then towards the end, she started getting her groove, and then with that, she started getting more comfortable with me, and
Love
with
that.
that, she started getting more comfortable with like expressing her doubt on herself. And with that, I had to tell her, like, girl, yeah, I seen it, but I wanted to let you work it out, because it's gonna work how it's gonna work. I was just glad she wasn't like, girl, I can't do it. Get out my chair. You gotta go. You gotta go. Bye bye. I was just so happy she didn't give up, which led me to feel comfortable enough to let her keep trying.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if I'm not even finna try with my own hair, like I got 200 likes. If I don't even want to sit here and try it, why wouldn't I let you try it? You know?
And I feel like it's so important to like give people the space that they need
Yeah.
to even like express something like self-doubt, because that's something like we all experience. We all have that in one way or another. Even if you're successful or whatever, like it can appear in different formats, and it's like a human experience. It's okay to go through that. You know what I mean? And it's like at the end of the day, we don't have every single thing figured out. And again, it's like, you know, you learn as you go. So it's like she figured it out.
Yes, we're not supposed to. We're literally not supposed to have everything figured out.
Exactly.
We're literally not supposed to.
Exactly.
Not at all.
No, that's great, because we were just talking to Nia about like ways that you could show support to other Black women, and I definitely think that's what she needed in the moment, was for you to like continuously believe in her, so that she could believe in herself.
I love
that. No, I love it.
Yes, I would say, definitely ways to. That's my number one thing, especially with Black women.
Yes,
and growing up in just this society and this environment. I say if any little Black girl comes to you and wants to try something new, let her do it. Anything that's just out of what people think the ordinary is. You want to shave your hair? Go ahead, do that.
Right.
You want to lock your hair up? Go ahead, do that. You want to grow it out all wild and curly? Go ahead and do that. Just be as supportive as you can, because like, if we're not here for each other, who will be?
That's so
Hello.
valid. I feel like that ties into another question that I wanted to ask you. How do you feel as a Black woman can support your fellow Black sisters in being confident in their own identity? Like, what does that really look like to you?
In this moment of time, I feel like I'm changing so much, and I feel like my friends around me are changing so much from freshman year to junior year now to graduating. We're going to change so much. When it comes to Black women and our identity, the number one way I feel like I support other Black women is through reassurance and letting them know, like, it's okay to change that. It's okay to change this different avenue, because I feel like as young women and just as young people in general, change is so uncomfortable.
Yes, we're scared of it.
Yeah, trying something for the first time is so uncomfortable. Sometimes people just need to hear that voice, like hear that voice of somebody saying like, it's okay.
Yes.
Like, it's not, because you're so in your head and you're like, people are going to probably think this and people are probably going to do this. And just to be that person to say to your friend or say to whoever, girl, it's okay.
Like
you can do it. You're going to be fine. Like, no.
My roommate, she just like did a big chop and she was so scared of what people were going to think of her. And I was like, oh my God, just do it.
Like,
and
who
cares?
If you want to do that, then hey.
Exactly. And she did it, and like her new haircut like suits her.
Yeah.
And it just looks amazing. And I think that's so big, because women like in general, or people in general, just need to hear one person say, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And like, because a billion people on this earth, like,
Literally.
how many people are going to actually care?
Like, how many people, like, literally nobody cares. And like how you said about your roommate, when I got here and so many people told me, like, your locks, like, they suit you. Like, they suit you. Yes. I never thought, if you would have told me at a sophomore in high school that, like, you're going to lock your hair when you...
you're like, no.
Girl, please, like, what? Who? And give up this middle part, bust out, girl. Like, you out your mind. But no, it's like so many people coming to college have told me, like, oh, my goodness, your locks suit you so well. Yeah. And it really just taking that little step to just say, like, to myself, nobody cares. Go ahead, do it.
Exactly.
Just do it.
And the thing is, too, like, what I had to even realize for myself is, like, if anybody cares, that's their problem.
That's their problem.
That's not my problem. You know what I mean?
Hello.
And I just feel like, even, like, it kind of makes me think of like how people talk about like cringe culture, just like the whole concept of being like cringy or like, you know, it's like, oh, like making mistakes or being seen trying or whatever. That's a part of life.
Right.
Yes.
That's a part of life. And it's like, if people want to make fun of you because you want to do something different or try something new, they're the weirdo, not
Exactly.
you. That's
Yes.
crazy.
One thing I do like love about Howard so much is really the demographic of Black women I see, like the different styles.
It's the variety for me.
Yes, it's hello. Like that's one thing I have always, since day one. That's one thing I have always appreciated about Howard. And then just like as I'm getting older and I'm finding and growing on this campus, and I'm finding myself, and I'm looking at people around me, and it's like, oh, she just dyed her eyebrows this color. We can do that. I didn't know we could do that. Like she just did this with her locks. We can do that. Like, and it's just like, oh my goodness, the different styles and the different like just personality you see through what people wear, how people walk, how it's just like it's just like it's enthralling. It's like, and it makes you want to like, oh, what can I do?
So what advice would you give to a young Black woman who feels behind in life?
That perfectly ties into what we just talked
Yes.
Yeah. You are exactly where you need to be.
Oh, yes.
That part. You are exactly where you need to be. Oh my goodness, I get caught up in that feeling so often of just feeling behind. And on Howard's campus, it's so easy to get that feeling. It's so easy to get that feeling. Don't get caught up comparing yourself to other people's paths. It's so easy. It's so easy to do that. But you have to focus on you.
Yes.
And then it's like, once you focus on you, what do you want to do?
Exactly.
It's like, you don't know what they had to deal with.
Hello, you don't know what she sacrificed to get that.
Exactly.
Are you willing to make that same sacrifice?
Exactly.
Do you want to make that same sacrifice?
Yeah.
Do you want to be in a position where you have to make that same sacrifice? You don't know what's going on in her path, and it's just like, we get so caught up because it's like all these things just look so nice, and everybody just looks so nice, and everybody just looks so accomplished, but it's like, you don't know what they had to give up to get what they had, or you don't know what how much time that they had to put into that. Do you have that same time?
Exactly.
Right. And that's the part that people don't.
You gotta focus on.
Exactly. It's like nobody's showing the parts where you had meltdowns, crying in the bathroom,
the crash outs, the late nights, like the tears.
And the gag is, somebody's looking at you thinking the same thing.
Exactly.
How's she doing all this?
Exactly.
So true.
How is she able to do all this?
Yes.
She got this going on. She went to class and she got something to eat. I didn't even get up today. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even get up today. She got up and she went to class. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like somebody is literally looking at you and thinking the same thing.
No,
so
you know what?
Why not just focus on yourself?
Exactly.
You have to focus on yourself, and it's like, that is, being able to do that is like a skill. I feel like that is really the best advice that you can give to someone else. And it's just like, when you see that, because that mentality is so easy to acquire and it's so hard to break. So when you see that and somebody else, it's okay to remind them, like, you are doing what is right for your path.
Yes.
And I think another thing too, just generally, I feel like being so young, and I feel like all Howard students are always aspiring for, and we all have these big dreams and these big goals, and it's the La La Land, the fantasy is amazing, but then it's like, it's so heavy. Because when things don't turn out the way you thought it was supposed to turn out, like, I came into Howard wanting to own my own publishing company. Now I want to be a reporter.
Okay.
And it's like, that shift, I didn't know that shift was happening. Like, I didn't know that shift was happening, but I feel so much passion about the stories that I report on, and I enjoy so much talking to people and getting to know their stories, and what if I was just dead set on being a author or being dead set on having my own publishing company, and I never opened myself up or wasn't willing to adjust to that change, because right now does not look like what I envisioned my college life to be like. Who I am now, that's not who I envisioned myself to be by the time I get to junior year. I thought I was going to be on a completely different path.
Yeah.
And it's like, here now, it's like, I feel like if I was to go back to senior year high school me, I feel like she'd be proud.
Yes.
She'd be shocked,
that.
like, wow.
Yes.
But she'd be like, wow, like, you did that, girl?
You did that.
Like, you did that.
Yes.
Victor, you actually did this? Like, what? Like, you doing that, girl? Like, oh my goodness. Like seeing myself do it now, it's just like, it's like, wow, wow.
Like,
That's
you got
a beautiful
through it.
thing.
Yes.
Like, you got through it, and you actually did it. And no, it doesn't look like what you thought it would look like, but it feels so much better. It feels so much better, for surely. So yeah.
Period.
That was so good.
It was good. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having me. This was great.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, so that's wrapping up our first episode of Her Campus, Her Voice. Who Are You? Featuring B.E.S.T programming at Howard University. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.